Yo.
What up, what up?
What up, though?
Episode 84.
Whew. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. He is Juan and I'm Sean. And you know the drill. We get together, we have some drinks, talk shit about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. So, what is on the menu for today?
Yo, we were debating. So I think we are we gonna call this the Florona? I think that's what we decided.
In keeping with the week's news.
Yeah, Florona. It's our own take on a Tom Collins. So a lot of people are familiar with a Tom Collins. Usually made with gin, but we took a stab at this, and instead of gin, I used Scotch. And we try to blend it Scotch, so like a Johnny Walker. It was better with this one. So we used this one's a Highland Park 12. But honestly, I think anything. I wouldn't say anything, but you could use like a Macallan or.
I was gonna say if you don't like I don't particularly like Johnny Walker because it brings back really bad memories.
That's right. I already traumatized you once here too with when I got the blue one.
The blue one. Yeah. And so this one actually works. So unless you really like the black label and you want that flavor from the black label, then you probably do it with that. But for me, definitely this one was better.
Oh yeah, dude. And we did 2 ounces of the Scotch. I did a half an ounce to 3/4 of lemon juice, and then we did half an ounce of simple syrup. Stirred it in the glass, and then topped it off with club soda, little lime peel for the garnishing. It's good, man. It didn't slap like the other ones we hit the last 2 weeks.
No, this is good, bro.
But it's good, man. It's like I'll definitely add this to the rotation, and it was simple. It wasn't like hard. I didn't have to. It's a lot of stuff you would have around the house: Scotch, club soda.
You didn't have to shake nothing.
I didn't have to shake nothing. Literally built it in the same glass. We drank it in, so that's kind of nice too. It was simple, man. It was good. I like it. So I've had Tom Collins before, and then so usually if you want to try what a Tom Collins is, do the same thing except substitute the Scotch for a gin. And
okay.
Yeah, it's good too. But yeah, this is dope, man. I like it.
All right, man. I'm gonna hit you off with my common footprint of the week.
Let's go.
It's going out to Shaka Claus.
Ooh, Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal. Y'all all know him, former NBA player. So Shaq, he teamed up with I believe it was like Tonka, and I think it was Pepsi as well. Anyway, he bought 1,000 PS5s, 1,000 Nintendo Switches, and as he said it, a bunch of bicycles.
How the fuck you get a PS5, Shaq, let alone...
That's what I said. I was like, this shit might be a typo, people. Yeah. It might have been PS4s.
Yeah, got 3s or 4s, yo.
So anyway, but he bought a bunch of bicycles and delivered them to some kids in McDonough, Georgia. Just some underprivileged kids. And so obviously they were ecstatic to receive those gifts around the Christmas time. But it got me going on the rabbit hole of I've heard like different things here and there of Shaq and the kind of the nice things that he does. So he definitely there was another one that he did where he provided like toys, laptops, and lunch to kids in Vegas, and then he built like a basketball court. On a separate occasion, he did a Shaq to School program with Amazon and Zappos, where he delivered supplies to like 5,000 kids. There's stories about him like being here.
Oh yeah,
in Orlando, where he like some lady had an accident and like he got out to help. And I saw an interview with him, and he actually said that once or twice a week, like he makes it a point to do a good deed. Like he's like, I'm gonna help somebody some way. He did one, and I don't know if it was in Orlando, but he did one where some guy was like going to get an engagement ring, but he had like recently lost his job, and he paid. I think
that was recently.
The rest of, yeah, it was fairly recent. I want to say it was in the last year.
He does shit all the time like that, man.
And so and you always, I always hear like these little things that he does. Like that one. I want to say, what was the other one that I read about? I guess it was maybe the one about the lady that got into an accident. But it's one of those things, man, where a lot of us pass people in need on a daily basis, and I'm not exempt from this. And it's like that feeling, and I know I get it. Like you drive past somebody that maybe just had, whether they had an accident or they were in a situation where you probably could have helped.
Yeah.
And then you drive past, and then you go, "Fuck! I should have stopped."
Yeah.
Now I'm too far.
I've had that. Have
you know what
stopped?
I mean? I want to say that I have, man, but I can't think of it. I can't recollect any time. So it wasn't recent. If it was, it wasn't recent. That's for sure.
I do know that feeling when you're like, oh fuck, if that was me, I would want somebody, like, especially like you see somebody pushing their car.
Oh,
get it out
you know
the
what?
way.
That I did. So there was actually and it was a couple of dudes. They were literally 200 feet, maybe 200 feet from the gas station, and it was in an SUV. It was like an Explorer. And it's one guy pushing in the back and one guy steering.
Oh, because he's trying.
So I parked, ran out in the street, and helped them. And bro, let me tell you, when we got to the gas station, I was like,
like, why'd I get out?
Yep.
I've done it, man.
I was
I
like,
actually have.
Is this motherfucker pushing with me?
For real, like, bro, you doing anything? I actually have, man. But I will say, dude, I have, but I fuck, man. I want to say the times I have been prompted to stop or not stop, it was like, oh, am I going to be late? So whatever I need to go do. Or,
right.
Am I going to be inconvenienced by this?
Right.
Like,
or like you're dressed, right? Say you're going to work in the morning.
Oh, yeah. If I'm, I'm not stopping.
You going to work sweating?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I shouldn't say I'm not stopping, but I'm less likely to. Like, I would say the times I have stopped, there was definitely the times that I don't. There's some selfish thought behind the like, oh fuck, man, I got like I'm wearing this. I don't want to be 30. Like, yeah.
But how many? You know what? Like, I think that him sort of setting that expectation or that precedence for himself in the beginning of the week, then I think when you see stuff like that, now it's an opportunity to fulfill that.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, when we go like, you see somebody in need and you go, oh shit, I could help. And then it's that thought process while you're going 40 miles an hour past them. And then you're like, oh, well, now I gotta turn around. Now I'm going to be late.
But where are my brake pads slowing down?
But I thought about this, man, and I was like, yo, maybe that's the secret, is setting your expectations for yourself.
Because like you said, now you're going to look for the opportunities to sort of at least check the box.
Yep.
And then you're going to...
I'm going to do at least once or twice a week. And then if I saw somebody and I helped them, I'm just like, yo, now at least I feel good two ways, right? I fulfilled my goal and I helped somebody.
Oh, yeah. And he does... I've heard so many random stories even here locally because he still has the house here. I think his parents might live in it now.
Didn't they just sell it? I think he just
Did he just sell it?
Shit.
Okay.
Or it's on the market. One of the two.
So he spends a lot of time here, and I'll hear stories all the time where he'll go to Walmart and he'll pay for like everybody in line shit. Like he was there and he'll be like, yeah, just put everybody's shit. Like I'll cover it, sort of thing. Like, and it's funny, man. You see the way he spends money, and you're like, damn, man, he's gonna be one of these athletes that go broke. But then you look at how that guy invests in what he owns. Man, you're like, and I've seen his show. I don't know if you've ever seen his reality show where he puts it on himself, dude, to support his family, like all of it. The extent, dude, everybody in his house or in his family has like a house that he pays for,
okay,
and the cars that he pays for, and he's like, no, I want it, like I can do that, like, and I want to do that, and generationally. But with his kids, man, he's like, no, bro, I'm rich. Y'all broke. Yeah.
I think Will Smith, I heard him say that shit too.
Yeah, so I'm like, good for him, man, for instilling that. But he sort of puts the pressure on himself of like, which again, I don't know if that's just being kind. I don't know if that's just a recognizing that he's in like a unique position as like,
I think it's probably both, man, right? Yeah. Like if you're in that position and you go, I think that, like I think anybody would love to do that for their family. I think that too many of us have family that you go, nah, man, you just a freeloader.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to give to you.
Yeah, I would, but it'd be a list, yo. Yep. I'd be like, you out. You out. You in. Like you said, it'd be all the freeloaders.
And then you'd be down to like 3 people.
Yep. So true, bro. Dude, and then how many people in positions like that just feel like they're being mooched off of by family? Like, then how do you separate that?
You?
Like,
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. Like, yeah. Dude, that has to be a tough spot to be in, man. Because
dude, I feel that way now about my kids.
Mooching ass.
Right? Be like, you little ungrateful.
Like, get a job, bro. Ain't you like 15, 14? Go get a job.
Ooh, which by the way, man, I found out this weekend that so you at 14 they can work.
That's because of the current environment. They can't. Nobody can get jobs. They're like,
of Rona.
Like, fuck it. You got a pulse? Can you count change?
We'll teach that too.
Yeah, the minimum requirement is like, yo, what's your body temperature? It's 98.6, bro. You can come in, bro.
Give or take a degree.
Yeah.
We good.
But I ain't got no arms. How am I supposed to bag groceries? We'll teach you.
You can push the carts with your teeth. But yeah, man. God, so like, I was just, with that, I think that would be awesome. I thought about that too. Teeth. Like,
sorry,
I said on the teeth. Could you imagine?
I'm still thinking about that shit. Saying I got the whole visual. All of a sudden, it's some dude with his teeth.
How many cars he got?
Bro, I'm envisioning a guy on like one of these like America's Got Talent, pushing 75 cars.
And the Guinness World Record goes to,
bro, with some sad ass story on how he lost his arms and how he got to win this show for his family.
Publix employee number 1,271.
Oh fuck, bro! Yo, I had the whole scenario in my head, bro. Sad music and the whole nine, bro. Some Sarah McLachlan shit, and he roll up with the carts. Fuck, bro. Go ahead.
The fuck are we talking about?
I don't remember, bro. You were saying some shit about Shaq.
Oh yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. I appreciate that, John. Like, you can't.
Oh man.
Oh my god, bro.
My stomach hurts.
Oh fuck. Bro.
All right, man. Shaq. Shout out to you, man.
Shout out Shaq,
and like I said, man, I think that what I took away from that story was that, yo, we can all do something extra, but if you really want to do that shit, set the expectation, and then it'll be easy for you to fulfill it.
Fuck yeah, man. That's dude. And like you said, man, so how many people are in positions like that, or in positions to do something to their sort of?
Dude, we all are.
Yeah,
we're all in positions, bro.
Yeah, to your you're in a position to do something that's whatever your sort of.
Yeah, like you don't gotta fucking pay for everybody's groceries, but shit, man, like. Yeah, you could be in the line for, I don't know, McDonald's and fucking pay for the dude behind you. Or you know what I mean? Like,
it's funny. I do that a lot at like coffee shops in the morning.
Yeah?
I'll do random shit like
That's
that
dope.
where I'll just buy somebody's coffee. And it started because somebody did it for me once. And I was like,
That's
and it
cool.
changed my mood, bro.
Yeah?
I was like somebody did it and I was like, oh shit, like it just kind of, and then I was like, yo, well, just like let me pay for the person behind me, and I sort of kind of kept it going type thing. But I remember leaving there going like, it was like some like a first thing in the morning thing, and I was like, yo, just it kind of changed my mood. I was like, yo, that was dope. Like they didn't have to like.
Now, how do they do that? Right? So like, do you tell them, yo,
you just
like
go,
come
I'm
on
gonna
and
pay
order?
for the no. You just like I was in a drive-through, and they just went, and they must have just went, oh, can I just pay for the guy behind me? And so I would have already ordered by then, and they would just. And they just paid for it, man. So when I rolled up to the window, they were like, "Oh, the car that was in front of you just paid," and I was like, "Oh, shit." Well, and then I remember just going like, I remember looking at the car, going, "There's somebody that I knew," and then I was like, "No," and then I was like, "Well, yo, just charge me for the person behind me then." And I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just keep the chain going." Like I was like, and then, but I remember leaving there going like, "Yo, that was kind of cool." So now I probably like once or twice a month, I'll make it a point where if I'm there like randomly, I'll just be like. Yo, and like, let me pay for the person behind me. I remember one time the lady was like, oh, she had like 3 or 4 coffees or whatever. I was like, whatever, man. Right. Yeah. Because I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, nah, never mind. What about the person behind her? Like, I'm already committed. I'm going to look like an asshole.
Can I get picky?
Yeah. Can I pay for 2 of them?
Did she put cream on that shit? Tell her I got cream.
Yeah, so I pay for the coffee, but none of the extras, yo. She got to cover that on. Can you imagine? Well, the person in front paid for the coffee, but they said you got to cover your own cream.
Tell Tell him she gotta meet me over there in the other parking lot. I got cream.
Oh my god. You're gonna end up on a Me Too documentary because of that shit.
All right, man, what you got?
Oh man, yo, I got this story is crazy, bro. But a little geek in me is wilding. I'm gonna try to keep a lot of the technical shit out of it, but University of Maryland Medical Center,
Okay.
Successfully, I think it was this past Friday, was able to do a heart transplant on a guy who's sort of on his last limb. Basically, you got to get a heart transplant or you die, but he didn't qualify for any human hearts. They put a pig heart in him, and so far his body hasn't rejected it. It isn't the first time this has been tried, so people have tried to do
I think I've heard of that before.
Like there was a baby in the 80s that they did like a baboon heart or something on the baby because they got desperate, and the baby survived like I don't know, 3 weeks or so, and then the body sort of rejected it, but usually it's right away. Anyway, they did it. It hasn't rejected right away, which is already sort of a win. Like even if you know a month later this sort of fails, they're sort of heading in the right direction. But they were what they did was they're essentially taking with this whole DNA editing tools that they have now. They edited the DNA in the pig, and so they removed like a sugar molecule that was what the body was rejecting, like the human body rejects. So just by removing that, they did it, and it didn't immediately reject it. So just in that, they're going, okay, well, we'll see how long that goes.
We're getting closer, right?
But if this works out, man, you basically have an unlimited supply of organs because they're like, okay, we can do it with a heart, we can do it with all of them.
Right.
So this is huge.
That's huge, bro.
And this guy is only 57, man, and didn't qualify for anything. Was basically like the only reason they did it was because basically like you're gonna die anyway, like you want to give this a shot, and they did, man, and it fucking worked, dude. So there's a lot of like weird technicalities in there and how, you know, like the why it worked and yada yada, and man, I'm gonna try to, the doctor's name is Dr. Mohammed Mohiuddin, Mohiuddin. He's the scientific director for Maryland University, the animal to human transplant program. So there's a name for xenotransplantation. That's what's called, xenotransplantation. So whenever it's an animal organ, but dude, if this works, man.
I wonder would like a chimpanzee's heart work, and then do we not use them because we sort of hold them higher in the food chain, I guess.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I think I know there was a baby. There's like a famous case. I gotta find. There's a famous case of an infant in like the 80s or 90s that they used a baboon. I'm pretty sure it was a baboon, and it lasted almost a month. I want to say it was like 3 to 4 weeks, and then the baby passed.
But you wonder why. I mean, again, I don't know the genetics behind this, but we share what 98.
Dude, it's
98.8.
Yeah, it's like the difference is like less than
1.2%. It's
1.2%. Yes, look at that, man.
So like 98.8% of our DNA with chimpanzees. So I wonder why you wouldn't go there first. And maybe they did. I don't know.
Dude, so peep this. The way they tested this before the human was they were going pig hearts into baboons. So they did. He said he had put pig hearts in about 50 baboons, and the baboons hadn't rejected it. So it's interesting, like to your point of you can do it pig to baboon because they're the closest thing to us. Then why wouldn't you just be able to do the baboon? I wonder if it is just fuck
and
that,
again,
bro.
I wonder why baboons and not chimps. Like chimps are the closest.
Yeah, right. I wonder. There's got to be something.
There's got to be something to
it.
it.
There's got to be because it seems like too obvious of an answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you said, I wonder if it's because we hold them to a higher.
Nah, I would think baboons would probably be the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think we care. If it was an animal, we'd be like, nah, bro, we above you, dog. Tell you what,
you were put here to serve us.
Yeah,
you were put here to be slaves.
Tell you what, if you win the fight against us, we won't take it. Show up in that bitch with a tranquilizer and be like, "Hey, tell you what, bro, if you don't fall asleep when I hit you with this, you can keep your heart."
No, but that's
it's wild, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm telling you, man, we're on the, because I wonder too. Obviously, there's a whole your cells and all that stuff can't live forever, so there's that. But dude, we're getting, I don't want to say closer to immortality, but just closer to longevity of life being like, I think even if you can get to say the hundreds with a high quality of life, man, that's a win. Like in the next 50 years, if people like go, hey, the average life expectancy is like 95, but 95 and you're living like you're 45, that's a win, man. Like, because I think it's more of quality, right? Like I don't want to live great till I'm 60 and then like hobble along till I'm 90. Like I want to live a good quality of life. So even if you can get there, Yeah, I feel like this is just never ending because you're never going to be at a shortage for organs. You know, do you cure essentially? Now, do we get shitty because we know there's a cure behind everything? Is the question, I guess. Are we more reckless because we're like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to eat all the sugar and all the fat because they're just going to give me a pig heart anyway?
Well, I mean, we kind of do that now, right? Which is with this, with COVID. The one, and we talked about this before. The one thing that they're not talking about is, hey, fuckers, get healthy. Right, like it's like, oh, take the vaccine, get a booster. Pfizer came out with a pill. Right now, it's like if it's FDA approved,
you treat it.
Yeah, so like if you get it, you take the pill, and it'll help you get past it.
Yeah, nobody goes, yo, lose weight.
Right.
Like,
so did you see that this week they had the CDC? I guess the director of the CDC. I don't remember her name, but they said that the study showed that 75% of people that died from COVID had 4 or more. What's the word?
Comorbidities?
That. Yes.
So they had. So again, it's shit that sort of influenced whether or not they were going to be able to.
And then the statistics showed that they died from COVID, but in reality, they just had COVID along with these other comorbidities. And they just died.
Yeah, like it's odd, man, because we treat I'm fucking gonna use it because I don't know that I'll use it again. I used to have this bit that I never sort of fleshed out, but the premise behind the bit was like, bro, if you were addicted to drugs and I was trying to save you from being addicted to drugs or whatever, like I could crack shame you all I want, but I can't fat shame you, which I would argue equally is dangerous. So the premise behind the joke is like, bro, I could tell you to like put down a spoon if there's crack in it, but if there's ice cream, I better shut the fuck up, kind of thing. Right. It's just odd, like how we, as a society, we've decided, maybe because there's an aesthetic component of it, of like looks wise, or like people's feelings or whatever. But I'm like, yo, you don't think crackheads feel bad if you call them a crackhead? You know what I'm saying? I know, I'm sad, bro. Let me do my shit. Yesterday. It's just weird, man. Like how we decided, like, no. You can make fun of this, but not that. And you go like, bro, that's just equally as unhealthy, like equally as or worse, right? Like I know more people dying from obesity than I know from crack overdoses, right? Like or any drug overdose for that matter. Like I think, isn't heart disease the number one killer of people in general? Yeah, like. You're gonna have the random, like, people have congenital heart failure or whatever, like a thing. Okay, let's get those people out of there. I would say the vast majority of those, it's related to like just not taking care of yourself, right? Like, so just odd, man, that we go like
nobody's pushing. They're pushing the pill. It's like every other drug commercial that that they just push. Oh, you're feeling this way, or you're overweight, or you're whatever. It's like, here, take this pill. Like, don't go exercise and eat better.
Yeah, God forbid you're
take a pill. High blood pressure, right? Here, take this pill.
Take this pill. Yep, so true, bro. It's weird, man, and it's I don't know, man, and like as a society, we've like decided that like if you make fun of that, you're fat shaming, quote unquote, and it's like, bro, what if I just want you to live longer? Like yeah, you're my friend. I'd like to see you not die, bro. So can you not weigh 300 pounds? Like it's just this weird shit where like we just, dude, I remember Melissa McCarthy, Mike and Molly.
Yep.
She lost weight and then like started losing like fans, and then with Rebel Wilson lose weight, starts losing fans. Dude, the fucking singer, British chick who Adele. Yeah, loses weight and people are infuriated. I think because people look at someone like that with that level of success, and it almost like gives them a free pass of like, see, Adele's fat. You know what I mean? Like, or Adele's overweight, or however you want to word it. Like, and then I think they start to see those people go like, yeah, I probably like should take care of myself. And then it almost like
she said that.
Yeah,
Adele was just like, like I just wanted to.
Yeah, I want to not die. And I want to feel better. And like I'm like, I don't know any 60-year-old fat people. Like it's probably like, I should probably like take care of myself. And then started losing fans, and people like, oh, you gave in to sort of like society and yada yada yada. It's like, nah, bro, you guys are mad because the person who sort of gave you your free pass is now like, it's not probably the right thing to do. Let me go this way. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just odd.
No, but that was a University of who?
Maryland. Yeah, the medical team. Sorry, University of Maryland, man. So that's going to be huge, massive breakthrough.
That's awesome, man.
I'd like to point out that once again, America coming through for the rest of y'all. Next time y'all complain about the healthcare system in America being too expensive, ain't nobody going to Canada to get a heart transplant. Or the UK or anywhere else that has socialized healthcare. So,
we doing it with pigs.
yeah, exactly. So, there's a reason why. I'm not saying it shouldn't be cheaper. I'm saying there's a reason why we pay. Why the healthcare system here is the best in the world, like in terms of the quality of care.
Yep.
Right. Like you could argue whatever prices or whatever you want, but again, nobody leaves America to get any kind of treatment that isn't like titties. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so.
All right, man. Check this out, man. I'm gonna hit you up with this one. So for those of you, and this is for the guys out there. Actually, it might be for the girls too. Shit. There's a company that went to let me get this right. The Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas.
Oh, CES, yeah.
And they came out with this device, and it's Morari Medical, Morari.
Damn, that's yeah.
I'm like, is that right?
First
I write
feedback
that?
I'm giving, I don't know what the product is.
Did I write that? They came out with a product. It's not on the market yet.
Okay.
To prevent premature ejaculation for men.
How the fuck?
So it's a patch,
Okay.
and you put the patch between your scrotum and your anus, which is
Okay.
what is that? What do you call it?
Chota?
Oh, I never heard
Taint?
that one. Taint. That's what I call it. The taint.
Okay.
I learned a new word this week. The gooch.
The gooch. Yep, that's the other one.
I never heard that one before.
Never
I was
heard
like,
that
the
one.
gooch?
Gooch.
No, I always thought the taint, right? Taint your balls, taint your ass.
Chota.
It's the-
I don't know. Yeah,
No?
there's a few. No, I've
Yeah.
heard taint. I've heard gooch, but the one that always comes to mind for me is chota. I don't
why
know
chota?
I don't know where. Like it's just always
Is
sort of
there
stuck.
like a story behind that?
I don't know. I just the
No?
one that I always think about. Yeah, nothing that
Chota.
comes to mind, bro. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so check this out. So you put this patch in the taint, the gooch area, right? It's controlled by an app on your phone. Not only can it be on your phone, it can be on your partner's phone.
She's not letting you come ever, or until she sort.
Yep. Be like, no, nigga, not yet.
I'd be like, baby, press the button. Press the button.
I'm tired.
I got comorbidities. You can't be having me. I got asthma, bitch.
I got that Florona.
Yeah.
I need to come.
All right, what's the name of this product, though? You had me add this to my wish list on Amazon.
You gonna have to pre-order it.
Yo, how fucking, you know what's funny, man? As a dude, I can't imagine any of us like doing that. Like the fact that you gotta control it with an app, like outwardly. You know what I mean? Like, hold on, baby, let me make sure I set this timer
Yeah,
right.
but
right?
no, man. But if you think about dudes that, like, I've seen stories about guys that have not that, but like erectile dysfunction, right?
Yeah.
And so some dudes have to get pumps and right, like, so essentially for sex, like, you just do whatever it is that you need to.
But
do.
I feel like the pump or like a pill, you could at least do discreetly. You can't do this shit discreetly. You guys like, wait a minute, baby, you want this shit to last more than 4 pumps?
That's why no, you put this shit right there by your bedside and be like, baby,
Let
go
me
ahead,
check
keep going,
my
handle that
messages.
shit. And you be like, you got a lock on the phone. I need your face. Oops, too late.
Nah, bro, the app unlocks with a dick print.
You're just making your girl's face.
She gonna make sure, like, yeah, I'm the only one that can unlock this shit. That's so wild, bro. Oh, what a time to be alive. Be like, you know, baby, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Let me give you the app because this is gonna be a short show.
So there is no price on it yet,
bro.
but it's set to come out next year.
Next week?
No, next year.
Oh, next year. I was like, next week, bet.
year.
You know, it's crazy. I can see a bunch of people right now jerking off for 7 hours in a row. Be in a hospital because fucking they got a cramp in their forearm.
Like, what happened? She kept hitting the button.
Or like I didn't. My phone died. I was going, like, my phone died. That's the same though. Yo, there is a technique where if you push against that, just like with your finger, if you're about to come, you can stop it.
You push it against what?
Against that spot where that pad's going. So I'm gonna assume that what that pad's doing, it's got to be like either an electric shock or it's pressure.
Oh yeah, sorry. So I should have went into the science behind it.
Okay.
So there is, sorry, folks. Where is it? So it works by inhibiting nerve signals between the penis and the brain.
Yeah, so there's in that spot, if you just press against it when you're about to, it sort of stops. It's almost like stopping blood flow, but it's cutting the nerve off for a second, so it almost like hits a reset button.
Oh shit!
Yeah, try it, bro.
I gotta try that. I wonder. I would think that you go like, oh, like too close to my ass. You're like, no, baby, not there.
Then it'll either stop you from coming or you come too fast, and then we'd be like, we learned something about you today. Oh my god, bro. Science is sick, bro. I love it. I love science, bro. Oh my god. I gotta pull up my shit. I was laughing too hard. I closed out the app with all my stuff on it, bro. You seen
your phone died?
No. Yo, we were joking around about that shit, but you seen they got the thing called Flu-Rona now? That's like Corona and the flu mixed together. And then they got some other shit called like...
Is that what it is? Is that what it's supposed to be?
It's a regular flu, but then you also have COVID and they happen to like at the same time. It's very rare, supposedly.
I just thought it was another strand of COVID.
Bro, I just think they making shit up now, bro. There's like a Decepticon fucking whatever version. You seen that shit? Yo, the name is crazy, bro. It's like Democron or it's like the two worst strands have like fused together and they created. I'm like, bro, I think they just trying to make a movie now. And the fucking anti-vaxxers are right. Like they just proved them right because they all been like,
you gonna get it anyway.
Yep. And they all been telling us like, why am I getting it if you gotta wear a mask and then you gotta show a vaccine card and then you're gonna get it anyway, so what's the point of vaccine card? Like, I'm like, I ain't got no arguments, bro. I'm like, I can't even tell you other than like you may not die.
Right.
Like, but I don't even know if that's true anymore, bro.
And then if you're them, you're going like 98%. I'll take my chances.
Yeah, exactly. So
no comorbidities, right? No underlying conditions, like.
I guess the flip side of that would be like you didn't have anything to lose by taking it, right? Like unless it turns out that we're all gonna, I don't know, something weird's gonna happen to all of us in the future, which is probably not gonna happen. Then the argument would be, yeah, bro, but better safe than not, and like there's no downside to getting it, right? Like I guess you could make that argument, but honestly, right now, bro, they on the right side of history, dude. Like
so far, man.
Yeah, bro. They're like, no, man. Like you got to get it every 6 months, and and you still gotta go. You're gonna get it anyway, and like you still gotta go wear a mask. You're like, so what's the fucking point? Let me do my thing. Like I'm going on about, I'm wearing my mask. I'm chilling. Like, nah. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Gotta come.
Yeah, man, I heard something on a different podcast where they were like, with the vaccine, maybe they made the problem. Maybe they made or the problem that they had was they made it too available. Like if the vaccine came out and they were like, we only releasing like 100 per county, and this way you got to get it. You know what I mean? Like I wonder if that would have been different.
You make it like it's hard to get, and then suddenly people are more apt to.
Right. I wonder,
bro. Now, Michael Shea has a brilliant joke about it on his Netflix special where he goes, the fact that shit was free, like he's like, black people, we question the shit out of that because the government don't give out nothing. And I'm like, yo, that's so true. He goes, he's a biz like, when my doctor told me, I go, no, give me the one you giving to Rihanna. Like, what's the one that costs money? Give me that one. I'm like, yo, so true to your point. It's like, nah, man, y'all made how many of them shits? And you just giving them away? I'm at the pass, dog. Like, it's so true, dude. Bro.
And then for the pharmaceutical companies, like it's a moneymaker.
Oh yeah, because it's free for us, but the government's paying for it. Somebody's paying for it.
Yeah. Well, we're paying for it, right? Tax dollars.
Yeah, tax dollars.
Essentially, man, it's just like, I don't know, man. There's so many questions about it.
Yeah, I had the best meme this week about that shit, bro. It said, CDC in 2020, wash your groceries. CDC in 2022, you can cough in someone's mouth if your boss says it's okay. That shit is so true, bro. Right now, they so desperate, bro. They done lowered the thing. I remember when it's
What's
first
it, 5
started.
days now?
It's 5 days now. And if someone in your house is sick, some companies are just like, well, how do you feel? Before it used to be like, nah, you got to stay home.
Maybe you didn't get it yet.
Yeah, what's your fever? 101. It's not 102 though, right?
But how you feel though?
But if I give you some Tylenol, you think you can get through a shift?
I got Motrin 800s. Come through.
Companies don't give a fuck now.
Dude, did you see the movie? The one I told you to watch.
Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up.
I did, man.
Dude, that shit
So good.
Man, so good, man. And that's what that we're laughing about, all this shit that's going on right now, man. That movie was so, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out on Netflix. It has DiCaprio's in it. What's her name? Jennifer Lawrence,
Jonah Hill, Meryl Streep.
Yeah, they have a good cast.
Kate Blanchett. Yeah, I mean, there's a really good cast in it, man. Like,
but essentially, without giving away too much in the movie, there's like a meteor that's gonna hit. The two main characters kind of find out about it. They go to the government. The government, first of all, they're like not really believing it, and then they kind of see like a political, I guess, an edge to it, right? And then lobbyists get involved, and then they change the plan, and at the very end, we get what we deserve.
It's like a satire, basically, on like what would kind of happen.
What would happen? It's so accurate.
It is, bro. I love the dude that's like the Elon with the fucking drones. He's like the Elon meets Steve Jobs, the guy with the company with the drones.
Oh, yeah.
He's like an Elon meets Steve Jobs-esque, sort of dude.
I didn't even see that.
That's how I saw him. Was like like we're gonna be counting on like the private company guys to like bail us out of shit like this. But yeah, like I love the whole thing of like there's a meteor coming, like you can physically see the meteor, and people are like, nah, and it's like the whole title is like don't look up.
Look up.
It's like like politically they're telling these guys,
it gets
it's
politicized.
not even coming. It gets politicized, and then you have this whole group of people who believe it, who are like, yeah, these guys are making this shit up, and it's like, nah, bro, like the meteor's right there, like you can't, it's like they got video of it, they got all these tracking, and people are just like, and it's so accurate to now where like we believe in these conspiracy theories, or like, I mean, even COVID, like despite of what you might think of COVID, it's like there's people who argue it isn't real. It's like, nah, it's definitely real.
Yeah.
Like, and despite what evidence you might show them, there's like this whole group of people who think like it's a hoax, or if you're in a political party, you said that, then it just, you sort of use it against the other party, and you're not allowed to believe in it, I guess, if you're not part of that team or whatever.
Yep.
I thought it was it was brilliant, man, because it's like
it was
satirical.
so well done, man. And like I said, as it was going through, like there was the part that made me laugh, man, was when they were on that talk show, and they're saying like, like a meteor's coming, and we have like 6 months to live because this thing is gonna wipe out the entire planet. And then there's like, I don't know, like two celebrities that like broke up, but then they get back together.
Oh yeah, Ariana Grande's character.
Yeah, and like that's what starts to trend.
Kid Cudi, that's
right. That's what starts to trend.
Yeah,
it's like that. Their breakup and getting back together is what's trending, and nobody gives a fuck about this meteor that's coming to wipe out the earth.
Bro, if that was really happening to us today, yeah, I think Kim and Kanye would dominate the headlines either way. Like we live in that kind of, like the it would be hashtag
at
like
here,
Kim
right?
K, and then like the 20th hashtag would be like apocalypse. like yeah, it was so true, and I love like Tyler Perry be like, well, damn, way to put a damper like on the show. It was so good, man. It's so funny, like all these little like moments that you said where you're just like, wow, man, that's so accurate, or you're like, oh, that's like, I took Jonah Hill and Meryl Streep's characters is like their president and like chief of staff, but they're mother and son, and it's sort of like a Trump. And you made a good point earlier. It's like a Trump and almost Hillary type thing, but it's just like elitist, and all their followers are like poor hillbillies, and it was so good because they're like making fun of their own followers, and you're just like, yeah, the irony of the whole thing was just like, and then the people who believe in it are like, the left, quote unquote, if you will, who were like so extreme about certain parts of it. The whole thing about it was just odd, man. Or they're like, the government's out to like, trying to lie to you or whatever the fuck it was. Like,
just like it is now.
Yeah. Or like, and then, then you had the big company, like, how do we profit off of this? Like, we try to go, like, nah, we can get this much money. It's like, nah, bro, but if you fuck up, we're all going to die. And it's like, nah, but we can make money off of this. So.
Right. And then it was like, and then you could see, like, it was like how much the lobbyists have pull on the government.
Yeah.
Right. Like he actually, and obviously it's probably it's everything in the movie is sort of like over the top, but it's so true. When the scene where he pulls her out of her meeting, and it's like now
to get on the Noah's Ark.
No.
Yes. When they're talking about what they're gonna do to send the rocket up, like wasn't it mid launch? And he goes like,
"Oh, that's right." And then there's something that
they
happens,
had a plan
they
had a plan, and then he's like, "Yeah, now." And then she pretty much gets up because he's a big donor,
right?
And it just goes to show, like, all the like political, like she didn't even care about it until she could use it as a political sort of for political gain,
right?
When she was losing or whatever it was. But it's like an accurate description, I think, of how it would play out, and I have no doubt in my mind that a lot of this stuff behind the scenes sort of works out this way. It's like, what's the political gain? But it's the whole like, don't let a good tragedy go to waste sort of thing. Like in politics, like that's the saying. It's like, yeah, I could see that, man. That's so spot on, dude. I liked it, man. I was dying.
Yeah, so check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Don't Look Up on Netflix. Definitely worth the watch.
And you've seen Elon making his little robots?
No.
Dude, Elon, I guess, evidently is building robots. I don't know why. Probably because he's Elon and he just likes to fuck around. But
for what are they
just
like AI robots?
Yeah, like just they can hang. So his whole thing this week said
so they can hang.
Yeah, bro. He said his robots are going to be able to develop a personality and become your friend. We getting killed, bro, in like 3-4 years bro, by our toasters, dog. I'm telling you right now.
Shit, didn't that headline that I saw, man, about it was like Amazon. Oh, sorry, the Alexa told some kids.
To stick the penny in the live socket. Like it explicitly said,
and
like stick it.
They didn't do it, right?
The kid didn't do it. I guess the kid was smart enough. She was a 10-year-old, but I guess she was kind of like, she went to her mom, like, yo, man, like this shit just told me to go stick a penny in the.
Do you know what she asked it?
She asked for a challenge, like give me a challenge to complete. And then because these kids now do all these crazy challenges online or whatever, so it was like, oh, Alexa, give me a challenge. I guess the way the algorithm works is it's scouring the internet. It doesn't give a fuck. It doesn't take common sense into account. And so if some dumbass kids are out there doing the like stick a penny in a socket challenge or on a lot, like it was like,
so it just
randomly grab one. So it was like, here you go. So I guess they've addressed it since or whatever. Like they're like, yeah, we fixed the algorithm, blah, 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 blah. But
how do you fix that? I wonder if you like, I don't know. And I don't know how algorithms work, right? But do you take out keywords?
Yeah. Like,
and then what are they?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Again, bro, I'm assuming this shit's going to get to the point where it's like thinking.
Socket.
Yes, yeah. Take out anything to do with socket, electricity, like sticking anything anywhere. Like let's keep those out. It's so strange, man. Like the 10-year-old. Good thing she had. Yeah. Listen, man. My sister stuck a fork in a socket when we were kids. She's still around.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild, but she's still around.
Wait, did you see it?
Yeah, her hair was like we were like kids though, man. I mean, this is like
no, but it made her hair go out.
Her hair just like froze out, like stuck it. Yeah, like stuck it in.
Did
the
it
thing,
like
bro.
blow her back or anything, or like that you
no.
remember?
I think it just. I want to say it like hit her, and then I want to say the power cut out.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So, but yeah, it made her whole hair like she looked like Doc from Back to the Future. Whole fork, bro. Shoved it in that bitch.
If you were there, I can just imagine your face, right?
I had to be like 3, man, and maybe she was 4. I vaguely remember. Like I remember the moment, and then I remember more of it because it's been told so many times over the years, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can sort of like recall.
Right.
But like it didn't get brought up all the time.
They didn't let you forget.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, we gonna laugh about this shit forever.
Yeah, I think they tried to talk me into it a couple times. Like, well, your sister did it. She's fine. I can see my uncles doing that shit to me. Like, bro, come here, try it out. on like the one for the dryer.
They're like, no, don't put it there. Bring them over here.
Bring them into the laundry.
I'm tired of babysitting this little.
I can see that shit, bro. Oh man, you seen them cops in Cali, dude, that got fired? LAPD, man.
No,
It's big time, bro. They didn't respond to a robbery at a local Macy's because they were on their phones trying to catch a Snorlax on Pokemon Go.
Okay, hold on. So I'm assuming a Snorlax is rare.
Yeah, it's a little harder than the rest.
Is
but,
it?
Yeah, a little bit, but not like you're never gonna find them again. You got to go to certain areas. So they were on their phone, like very close to this Macy's getting robbed. But they decided they wanted to catch the Snorlax.
Is that true, bro?
Yeah, dude. Going out to police in the vicinity, but the officers refused to respond because they were on foot patrol.
Wow.
That shit's funny as fuck, bro. It's
Well, good for them.
yo.
Good
I
for
hope
them.
they caught it. It
At
doesn't
least.
say they caught the Snorlax or not. They did lose their jobs, which is kind of sad. But honestly, man, like if the Macy's is already getting robbed, like what do you?
What could they really
Yeah,
take
let them
that
leave.
matters?
Exactly. They took money. Macy's got it. Like from one register at one Macy's, man. Like it's like an active shooter. I'm willing to.
They got
to
about
forgive.
they got about 19 more. They good.
Like I'm like, yo, let's see. There's like an active shooting going on. I'm willing to let that slide, bro. For a Snorlax, I'm willing to let it slide.
Listen, man, I'll tell you, I hit you with a story about where cops actually did their job. This woman in New Hampshire. I have never been to New Hampshire. Have you?
I have.
Yeah.
I've driven through it. Not like thing.
What's there?
There was a cool liquor store the size of a Walmart next to a gas station. That was neat.
Like the size of a Walmart.
It was pretty big, bro. Not Walmart one, but it was like, fuck, man. What's a big liquor store here? I guess like a Total
Wine.
Yeah, it's like that. But I just happened to be driving through it. Didn't really spend a lot of time. I just remember making that stop there. Fuck, I feel like we went somewhere else there. It wasn't memorable.
There you go.
Yeah, it was on my way to Rhode Island. Wait, was it Rhode Island? No, it was on my way to Maine, I think.
And Maine is in that's the top, right? Top.
Yeah. Top.
East.
That shit was cool. But yeah, so I think I
top
drove
east,
through
northeast.
Yeah, so I drove through
The top east, the top right.
Yeah. We went through New Hampshire, so that's why I've been through it. Yeah, that was the only time. So I wouldn't say I visited. I went through it.
So this woman, 54 years old, her mom died, right? And so she doesn't report it. Instead, she stashes her mom's body in the house where she's living.
The fuck?
She's trying to keep getting that Social Security check.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So she kept the body,
bro.
like in the fridge?
So she just kept it.
Freezer?
Didn't say if it was in the fridge or freezer, but kept the body there because she was afraid to lose Social Security check.
Dude, that has to happen all the time.
You think, bro?
I think so, man. You think about, there's got to be all kinds of weird people like that who maybe like their mom lives with them and they have no family who would
Right.
like realize it, and you just go, fuck, man, like check's gonna stop coming. Like she already dead. Like
She would want me to keep
yeah, she would
her
want me to keep cashing in. Mama don't want me to starve. I mean, I couldn't do it. That's just weird, bro. But I don't want. Yeah.
Well,
but,
you said something funny because it was like they don't have family, right? Well, in this case, she did, and the ones that ratted her out was the family. They didn't know what was going on. They just knew they ain't seen or heard from mom in 6 months. So they sent the police out there, bro. And actually, it wasn't the police. It was who was it? Oh, I didn't write it down. But it was like some like
welfare, like
yes,
maybe
like a welfare,
services
yes,
or whatever,
like
yeah.
welfare services, like to go out there and check it out, because apparently I can just imagine, right? If you going like, oh, where's mom, and every time you call, she's like, oh, she's sleeping, or oh, she's out doing something, or she's not here, like she ain't there in 6 months.
You could put
Every
that.
time I call,
yeah, that's wild.
so yeah, they
man.
write it out, man, and so 6 months, bro. It was she died in May, and in November was when this chick was arrested, Kimberly Heller, 54 years old.
Damn. So her mom must have been in her 70s.
At least, right?
Yeah. Unless
Probably-
they were Puerto
probably-
Rican, her mom was like 62.
But yeah, more than likely, right? Probably 75-ish.
Yeah.
75 or older. 80 maybe.
Oh man, that's ugh. I can't. The thought of even keeping like a dead body around is gross to me.
And then, like you said, you gotta put it in like a fridge or a freezer.
It's New Hampshire. You can leave it outside.
What time of year is it?
What? Are you in the mountains? Are you below sea level? Oh shit, man. Yeah, you got to keep it in a freezer, right? You got to. The power never better go out.
Yeah, and then again, like it's in the freezer. Are you going in that freezer? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you moving her arm out the way to get the ice cream.
It's the overflow freezer.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
Dude, the freezer in the garage. So
yeah,
got,
right.
The extra freezer in the garage.
Or over there, it's probably in the basement.
In the basement. Yeah. You keep one of those.
The
like,
chest.
Yo, did she order the freezer on Amazon when the bot like, oh fuck, I gotta get this shit here tomorrow before she starts to smell up the place. She didn't even have an extra freezer.
I need a white glove installation.
You know, it'd be wild, bro, if it was just like a box and she just bought ice every day, like bags of ice and threw them in that bitch. Like the commitment to the cause, bro. That's like some Texas Chainsaw stuff. Like you see the weird family, you know, that does like strange shit. That's odd, but I feel like that has to be. I don't want to say common, but I don't feel like she's unique in that, man. Because I could see.
No,
like,
I could see it too. Man,
I could see that, man.
I guess, man. I guess if
People
you have
are
something
weird,
in
bro.
yeah, and people don't give a fuck.
No, people don't give a fuck, bro. People are weird, man. Yeah, I bet you that's not unique, man. You seen the shit in the fire in the Bronx?
I saw a little bit about it. I don't know how it started or anything. I just saw that there was quite a few people that died, right?
Dude, they had a bunch of like kids and people.
Yeah.
It was like a house fire, like a building. I think it was a space heater, bro. It was a whole building.
Yes, a space heater. Yes, that's what it was.
Bro, I saw the headline. So I'm scrolling through like the news, right? And the headline goes 17 dead in the Bronx. That's all it said.
That's a random Tuesday.
Yep. And I was, bro, the first thing I thought was like, yo, what Dominican walked into a bodega with a machete in the Bronx?
He killed everybody in there.
No Mongu again? And he just started fucking chopping people up, bro. Yo, then I read the story and I felt like an asshole. It was like, all these kids, I was like, damn.
Yeah, no, it was.
Oh
I mean, it
my
was
God,
bad, and I was thinking, when I first saw it, I was like, oh man, like, why so many people die? Because in the projects that I'm familiar with, not for nothing, the walls and the ceilings, like that shit is all concrete. Like, I think it's almost made to like, if there's a fire, it's self-contained.
Yeah, and I thought like, unless it starts above you and you crumble down, I would think that like when I'm looking at how many people,
right?
You're like, fuck, bro, y'all didn't smell it, y'all didn't hear screams and like nothing. Like to your point,
Right.
like I would think even if it's all concrete, it has to take a while to make its way through. I don't know, man. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
or they're all in their sleep.
Dude, does concrete burn?
I don't know, man. But you maybe between floors, it's wood. I don't know, man.
I don't think so, bro. Because the one thing I remember about being in the projects was you did not hear like the people above you.
You gotta make them bulletproof. People be shooting into the ceilings.
Yo, it's true. Like the only thing the only thing I remember hearing sometimes, man, would be like if somebody was like really blasting their music, like in the room that's adjacent to yours, right?
Yeah, I definitely remember that.
I remember.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I don't remember nobody. And I live on the second floor, and I wasn't even in like what they were considered to be the projects, but where my grandmother lived, man. Dude, I don't remember ever hearing any of her neighbors.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, man. All the floors, even the hallway, it's like all tile on top of concrete. And it'd be like them little skinny ass tiles or them little tiny circle tiles and shit along the whole. Yeah, that's a good point, man. But this wasn't projects. It was like an apartment building. It was projects.
It looked like.
I mean, it is
me,
the
bro.
Bronx, right? It's all
man.
projects, pretty much, man. Is there a nice? That's the only part of New York that ain't changed,
bro. When Manhattan started pushing out the poor people, they went to the Bronx.
They went to the Bronx, right? Yeah. It's the only part. Whenever I go visit New York now, I be walking around. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. It's so different from when I was a kid. And I still go to the Bronx and stick my hands in my pocket and just keep my head down and mind my business, bro. That shit's still crazy. I was like, Jesus, bro. The Bronx ain't never changed, man. I was like, damn.
Bro, I gotta hit you up on this story with this chick, man. This and the name may sound familiar to some of you. It didn't to me, but Stephanie Matto. So she actually starred on like the 90-Day Fiance. If any of y'all watch that show, I don't know what it comes on. I don't know if it's E or one of the major networks or whatever. But she did that, and then afterwards she started doing stuff on these like adult sites. I'm picturing like a OnlyFans or something like that.
Okay.
I'm sure there's several out there. But what she was doing was she was selling her farts.
What the fuck? You're gonna have to explain this one, bro.
Bro, she would fart in a jar, and she was selling this shit, and dudes was buying them.
Yo,
No, it gets better, bro.
just don't tell me this bitch is a millionaire. Well, I believe it. She's probably a millionaire from this.
How much do you think a jar costs?
A jar of her fart?
Yeah, just a jar of
Couple
gas.
grand?
A G. So $1,000.
And she's selling a lot of them.
So she, in her first week, she made $45,000.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Yo, we really are some weirdos, bro.
Yeah. So that, and then I think up until the point where she stopped, because there was a point where she stopped doing that, at least exclusively.
Okay.
She made $200,000. At the height of what she was doing, she made like 97 jars over a 2-day period. Okay?
The fuck?
So in order to do this, she had to produce a lot of gas. So she had to change her diet. So she was doing stuff like she'd do research, and she was saying, okay, so I got to eat, beans. Of all things, I was just like, I guess she's right. Was protein shakes. She was taking a lot of protein shakes.
Creatine.
Right? She didn't say creatine, but she said protein shakes. Anyway, she ended up going to the hospital for excessive gastrointestinal discomfort.
Dude, that has to burn your...
I guess. Yeah, dude.
Right? It has to,
think
right?
of 97. So you got to think
that
like...
methane gas?
Well, not only that, bro, but I mean, like, having to produce that much and then let it out, you got to figure, like, were there any jars that she farted in that she was like, oh, no, that was too small? And then she had to do it again?
How do you verify that, bro? What are you selling, about an ounce? Metric tons of...
The jar shows up, bro.
Dude, and then if you're a dude, are you opening that jar and taking a whiff?
I guess.
And then you whiff
Why
it
would
once
you
and
want
the
it?
smell's gone?
Yeah, I guess.
Yo, we're some fucking... I blame our wiring, bro. That's not some shit we saw somewhere that we're like, yo, that would be cool. Like, we're wired like that. Like, dudes, like some dudes. Like, that's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
I don't blame you guys, man. That's... You guys are victims, yo. It's fucking crazy, bro. Like, I don't think any one of us have been like, yo, I really want to be into farts. That's so fucking nuts, bro. And then to have a G to spend on it. So these aren't broke dudes, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They might be.
You're right. They might be going broke to do this. But like, you figure in there, bro, there's probably some successful guy, bro. A few of them.
Yeah.
Or girls. I'm going to assume
Yeah.
some girls bought it from her too, but it's probably mostly guys.
Yeah, I just wonder, man, like, why? Do you just like to smell ass? And I wonder is she putting perfume down there? You know what I mean? Like, how's that whole, like, the logistics, bro? I want to know. I want to see. I want to see how they're made.
What the assembly line's like, yo. Are these mason jars? Are you decorating the jars nicely? Putting ribbons on the lid? What's going on?
So after so for those of y'all out there, and I know some of y'all crazy out there, thinking like, I can do that and make money. So the market's open because she's not doing that anymore. But get this shit, bro. So instead, what she's been doing lately is she got into the NFT space. And she started selling like tokens for like $200 where the buyers can earn rewards. And the rewards could be like a fart in the jar or panties or lingerie that she's worn. Yeah, dude.
I wish women were as weird as we were. We can sell shit like that. No, we gotta go work like dumbasses, bro. So I'm telling you, we got wired fuck, bro. We got this, like, ain't no woman buying like guy farts or boxers.
They can get that shit for free.
Yeah. Oh man, we got the short end of the stick, bro. That's what we get for being able to open our own jars. This is bullshit, bro. We get them full of farts. Fucking crazy, bro. Oh man,
how we doing on time?
We're just hitting the hour right now,
All
bro.
right, good.
Yo, I gotta hit you with this Drake story, man. You seen this shit, bro?
No,
Yo,
I ain't heard shit about Drake.
So Drake is being sued by a model, like one of these IG thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Because he smashed her.
Okay. Pregnant?
No. Get this, bro. She goes into his bathroom afterwards and takes the condom that he used and tries to pour the cum into her to impregnate herself on some weirdo shit. Yeah, bro. So she goes into his bathroom, fucking, pours it in there.
Yeah.
Drake, being the fucking savage that he is, and this is not his first rodeo, when she pours it, she says it instantly burns her shit. Like, burns. Like, it felt like she was pouring lava on her shit.
Right.
Drake filled the condom up with hot sauce to, I guess, to act as a spermicide
kill
and
it.
kill
Yeah.
shit. I'm going to guess he does this because this isn't the first time this has happened to him, bro. And so now she's suing him because she fucked up her pussy because she poured hot sauce in.
Oh, my
Trying to get pregnant
bro.
in Drake's bathroom. Dude, how nuts? How do you have the audacity, bro, to go sue me?
You gotta take the L on that one.
Yeah, bro. Yo, and if I'm Drake, bro,
Is it Canadian?
Oh, good question.
did you
I'm not
see?
sure. No, I don't know. Because they wouldn't even disclose what her name was. They just said it was like some model. Yo,
Is it Canadian? Yeah. Hey,
they too nice, bro.
This cum is burning in my pussy, yeah?
It's not going down like the maple, eh? It's a little harsh. South of the border feeling. Bro, this shit is so wild, man. How the fuck you gonna sue? Yo, I love that Drake had to do that because it's happened to him before. Like, nobody does.
Right.
Like, you don't come up with that shit.
Somebody taught
like,
him that, bro.
Somebody, yeah, exactly. You learned that lesson the hard way, bro. Like, you went, I'm just gonna pour. Yo, if I'm him at this point, bro, just keep like a shredder at your bedside. Keep a bucket of spermicide and just dump him in, bro. Why you throwing it in the bathroom at this point?
And then he had to reach over, grab the hot sauce, take it off.
Yeah,
pour it in there.
I wonder if does this mean Drake has a bottle of hot sauce in his bathroom, right? Walks into his bathroom. I probably afterward goes, oh, let me go clean up. Like, takes a condom off, pours the hot sauce in it, throws the condom in the garbage can. Like, that means this man has to carry hot sauce in his bathroom specifically to do this.
I wonder if is it Tabasco? Like, is there like a right? Or
you gotta use some ghost pepper shit, bro.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can't use like crystals. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta. Ooh, are you using some Scotch bonnet sauce?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you might have to have some real potent shit.
Yeah, dude, you have to, right? Like, cause you make it. Yeah, you gotta make sure that shit kills all the.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. You learn something new every day, bro. I didn't even know hot sauce was a spermicide, dog. So
now you know, man.
Now I know, bro. Just pouring hot sauce down the condoms. Thanks, Drake. Appreciate you. Oh, fuck, man.
You know who didn't pour sperm down his condom? Fucking Tristan, you are the father Thompson.
Yo.
Tristan Thompson, for those of you who don't know, basketball player, used to be with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Is he still with them?
No, he's in like Sacramento, I think, right now.
Okay, so he's in a team. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's on punishment.
At least he's in Cali. This dude, it was Marilee Nichols, and yeah. So I guess he got her pregnant. She said the baby was his initially, and he was like, no, and then she ended up getting a test, and it turned out to be his, and it happened while he was with Khloe Kardashian.
You know,
he needs some hot sauce. That ghost pepper.
He should do, bro. And then Khloe, bro. This ain't the first time he's done this to Khloe, but this also isn't the first dude to do this to Khloe.
There's a common denominator.
There's a common denominator here, but I don't even blame Tristan, bro. This is Khloe's fault. Her record speaks for itself. Wasn't Lamar with her when he got caught at the brothel? That he like OD'd and he had like the 15 hookers with him or whatever the fuck. And I think this is the second or third time for Tristan too.
Yeah, there was like, I want to say there was a few. So they have I think Sydney Chase is another one that he has. I think he has a kid with. He has a kid with Khloe, right?
Yeah.
I just saw a commercial recently, actually, with her and the kid.
He's trying to pull up Nick Cannon numbers, bro.
You know what? I was thinking about Nick Cannon, and I go, yo, you should just be like Nick Cannon.
Just be like Nick Cannon,
and
bro.
just go, yo, like I don't want to be with just you.
Yeah, just what I do, and yeah, bro. I don't know that dude. Khloe must feel like hot sauce. If this means, yo, like I don't know, man. The only part with him where I'm just like, bro, you're stupid is the aggressive like denial when it's like, bro, you're gonna be able to prove this. Like, you know what I mean with the DNA thing. It's like it's one thing to be like, yeah, nah, like if she just accuses you of like banging her, but like she got a baby, you gotta know like, yo, she's gonna end up getting a paternity test at some point in time, or I'm gonna be subpoenaed for one, and I either gotta decline, which is gonna look shady,
right,
or I gotta accept, and if I accept, I have to know, yo, this shit is a possibility. Like, so I think that's the only part where I'm just like, bro, just at this point, it's kind of like, yeah, that was me again.
He's probably just taking the stance of just deny it until.
I guess that's true. You don't gotta incriminate yourself until
deny it until you can't.
And then you're like, her.
That's that whole shit. It wasn't me.
Nah, you just be like, I didn't know. What city was it? Oh, Houston. Man, I thought you was the other chick from, because you figure Tristan is probably like got one in every NBA city.
Yeah, and I think he came out, you know, when the paternity test results came out, he was like, oh, like, yes, this is true. This is my kid, blah, blah, blah. And then he apologized to Khloe, like publicly. Which just is like you didn't deserve this and whatever. And it's just like, yeah, like I'm sure you didn't do it. You didn't do it to hurt her. You did it because you wanted to.
Yeah, because you could. Because yeah, dude, I was just talking to my brother about this. I knew a guy, man, years ago that I met. Man, I want to say at the time he might have been in his mid-50s, but his job, I won't say what team, but his entire job was to sort of handle things like this for teams.
Oh, really?
And it was like, player would call him and be like, yo, this chick won't leave my room. It's 3 a.m. You know, I snuck her into this hotel room, whatever, like night of a game. And his whole job was to like handle problems like that. So he would get rid of it. And then he was telling me that like there was like where he was on a team there, he was like one of like 2 or 3 of the guys who did that. Yep. But there's teams that like will designate one to each player. And they're like at your beck and call. And I think the reason we got into the conversation.
So it's not just for that. It's for
anything, bro. Dude, it's like, yo, and this is how it came up. Is some other dumbass from the Raiders this week got caught with a DUI. And I say dumbass because given what the Raiders have gone through this season already, it's like, bro, you got to be smarter than that. So teams, like we were talking, like it's one thing that like, yo, you could take a Uber or Lyft or call a friend, whatever, right?
Yep.
Teams will actually provide you transportation now. So you call up, there's like a hotline for teams, and they'll literally send a private driver in a car. So if you don't want to go through the publicity of the whole thing, they'll come scoop you up and take you home, and nothing ever happened. They'll get your car home, whatever. Like they literally, there's like fixers for that. 4 teams specifically because they're like, yo, don't get a DUI. So they have like programs that they specifically sign for this, and dudes still do it. It's like, bro. Like you have, it's one thing to be like you and I, and even then we're like, we don't have an excuse, right? Because you still have Uber these days, you have Lyft, you have, like to being a guy like this who like not only do you have that, but you have all this access to shit. And then, but going back to that guy, so this is why me and my brother were talking about it. We were talking about the guy who got the DUI, but he would tell me that like, yeah, it would be like some random girl who wouldn't leave the hotel room. Some chick said she got pregnant, and it would be like, what do you want? Like, you want to abort? Like, you need money for an abortion? And how much money do you want to stay quiet? Like,
Oh wow.
Shit like that, dude.
And the team would pick up tabs on shit like that, or
yeah, or it would be like the liaison of like going back to so and so and being like, yo, she wants 10 G's and she wants you to pay for the abortion. Like, all right, cool, and then go back. Or like, nah, she having a baby. How do we keep this quiet? Like, you know, I can't have her come out because maybe the guy's married and is like, bro, how do I keep this quiet? And it was like, bro, literally. But they would be like fixers basically for players, and it would be like, yo, some teams have enough stars or just enough like sort of, I don't say troublemakers, but guys who just like constantly need it.
Yep.
That they just dedicate like a person
one
to
per
them.
person.
Yeah, and I guess it happens more in the NBA because there's so few of them, and for whatever reason, I think because there's so few of them, they're sort of more accessible in hotels and all that. It's not like you're in the NFL. There's like 100. It's a caravan of 100 guys traveling out. The NBA, there might be 20 when you include players and coaches. And so it's like a little easier to get away with, and it just happens to be
Dude,
the
and
NBA
they're
guys.
so recognizable,
Yes.
not by face, but you see
They're massive. They're tall.
You see 20 oversized men come into the hotel. You go, oh yeah.
Oh, there's ball players.
Yep.
Whereas like football players, because they wear helmets, you don't recognize most of them, right? And you might be like a giant fat offensive lineman, but no chick is going through a hotel going like, I want to know who that 400-pound guy is. Like, they're looking for the like 6'8",
right,
like cut
tall,
up
lean guy, right?
Yeah, which is mostly the NBA cats. So, but yeah, man, I met this dude years ago, man, and I met him, man. It might have been mid to early 2000s. And he had done it like way prior. Like he had done it in the like 90s era. So I'd imagine now this has to be significantly like, I don't want to say better. I don't know if that's the word, but they have the accessibility, I guess, to those kind of services have to be way greater. Like Tristan Thompson just doesn't know how to use his resources.
Damn, dude, that dude. And I said, it's not the first time that you've heard of stuff like this, man. And it probably won't be the last, but.
Yeah. I mean, happens to the best of them, bro.
Yep.
I take some notes from Drake, bro. Get some hot sauce.
Get that ghost pepper.
Get that ghost pepper, bro. No Tabasco. You gotta go a step up. Dude, before we get out of here, man, we gotta touch on Bob, bro. Bob Saget, man.
Dude, I saw the headline. What happened, man?
Dude.
So he's 64.
Yeah.
I didn't see the cause of death. What was it?
No, they haven't said. There's no like. I guess as of now, there's nothing that like stands out. There was no foul play, no drugs in the room, no forced entry. Doesn't look like he committed suicide.
Nah, I'm not buying it, bro.
So yeah, again, access, right? So I feel like we won't know for a few weeks, and if it was like an OD or whatever, or I mean, he's in his mid 60s, so who knows, man? I guess a heart attack or something like that isn't out of the question, but he looked like a fairly healthy guy.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't overweight or anything like that. And I just wondered and actually wanted to ask you about this because I'm not around comedians, right? You've been around comedians. Obviously they go through the same, life struggles that like the rest of us. And I think that as fans, we don't see that, right? When you're at any kind of celebrity level, whether it's just the local guy on stage or somebody that's like uber famous in the movies and stuff, it's almost like your life is not real. Like you have a privileged life.
Yeah.
And I think that, or I know that people go through struggle. I don't care how much money you have, what neighborhood you live in, what your house is like, how much money you have in the bank. Like there's millionaires that are fucking miserable. And so I wonder with this guy, right? So he's been through my childhood, right? I've seen him on TV the vast majority of my life. And so you go, this guy has lived a privileged life, but has he, right? And then what are the things that he's struggling with? And did that eventually catch up to him? It's like Robin Williams. When Robin Williams died, I was like, what? Like, this guy seemed like the happiest guy on earth.
Yeah, one of the most depressed humans on the planet. And even Bob Saget's wife, recently, but not like because of his death, but she had come out. She's very active on social media.
Yep.
And I can't remember if it was TikTok or IG, but she had done something of like, oh, people, what you think it's like being married to a comedian? It's like, you must be laughing all the time. And she's like, yeah, but also some of the most dark, I forget what word she used, but basically like dark, depressed sort of got issues type people that you could imagine. And I would say, based on my experience at a much smaller level of people that I've sort of hung out with on like the local scene, dude, you have to, first of all, man, to do that, you have to be super narcissistic. I think to do anything on a stage or sort of want to be the center of attention like that, right? You are a super narcissist, but you're also super insecure. And then the funniest people that I knew, bro, came from, they had really dark past, man. They had, and I'm talking like, and they were not good hangs if they were hanging out with somebody who wasn't sort of in that circle. They're good, like comedians are good hangs amongst other comedians, I think, because they sort of get each other.
Yep.
But whenever I saw them in like groups that were like sort of outsiders, just very awkward, very, some of the shyest people I've ever met, which is weird.
Dude, is some of that like the group that's not comedians waiting for you to say something funny?
Yeah, everybody is. Yeah, like because
it's gotta be really annoying.
It's exhausting too, and it is. It's like, say something funny. It's like, it doesn't work like that, and then it's like, but then, bro, I dude, there's a local guy here, man, that is hysterical, and one of the bits he does is so dark, man. It's about him being touched as a kid, like molested, and the first time he did it, we thought he was joking, like literally, but it's a true story. And his family didn't even know about it, but he turned it into this whole bit, and it's a fucking brilliant bit. Like, we couldn't stop laughing, and he did it in a room full of comedians the first time he ever did it. It was like at an open mic thing or whatever, and then he came off, and it was that uncomfortable, like, bro, is that true? Like, and he was basically like, well, yeah, like, and it was just one of these like things that tormented him his whole life, and he figured out a way to sort of turn it into a bit. But I just remember, like, even when you hung with him, you always knew, like, yeah, something a little off there, and then with that, you're like, okay, there it is. Like, and it was just like, fuck, man. And all the best ones that I'd ever met, man, always had like this little thing about them that just made them dark. That, man, or like they're the people that were picked on there. Because, and the other thing too with comedians, dude, at that level, I would say, of like the Bob Saget, and maybe he sort of was able to sort of cross over more than most, but comedians are one of the few celebrities that aren't accepted in many circles. Like, I think now, you know, like you get the Kevin Harts who have reached like rock star status.
Right.
But if you're a comedian, you can't be like, quote unquote, part of the system, right? So like the minute you go into, say, the Tonight Show, right? Like you're a Jimmy Fallon or you're a Jimmy Kimmel, other comedians don't respect you anymore, right? Because you've given into the machine, right? So you've lost credibility with the jokes, with the people who write the quote unquote real jokes, and then you like you can't be into the whole Hollywood thing because that's not cool, because that's not how you got there. You got there because you're sort of aloof and insecure and you're making fun of all that shit. So you can't be this giant superstar. So if once you've made it to where you're famous, you're not accepted by that group. And then you can't hang out with this group over here because they don't get you. So the only thing you have is like sort of other comedians at your level, I would say. And then you have to be like, okay, how do I get successful but not too successful so that I can still hang with comedians, but then also be able to make some money because I'm taking advantage of opportunities, whether it's a show or a movie or whatever. Like, it's just a weird thing,
I think my first exposure to Bob Saget was Full House, that show he used to do.
Yeah, it definitely was mine.
Right? And then it was after that I found out that he was an actual stand-up comedian.
Yeah. And he was dirty as
But okay, so there is right there. So when I found out that he was a stand-up comedian, and then I found out that I was like, oh, he talks like he's dirty. But then I had this perception of the Full House guy.
Yeah.
And I go, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see him doing stand-up comedy.
I want to see Danny Tanner.
He's not. Yeah, no. I was like, he's corny.
I thought you meant after you saw him, you're like, oh, I don't want to see him doing that.
No. Because I saw him in that show, in the Full House show, and so that's who I thought he was. And so just from that, I go like, I'm not watching him on stage. He's not funny.
And he was
funny as shit.
Hysterical, man. Yeah, and he was the total opposite. He's funny, man.
And what's the other show he did? The America's Funniest Home Videos.
America's Funniest Home Videos. I think How I Met Your Mother he was on. Maybe, I don't know how long he was on that, but a few episodes. Did a lot of shit, man. And he had a podcast, I think most recently, and he was on tour. He died, oddly enough, here in Orlando at the Ritz-Carlton. And I think it was the night he had done a show in Orlando Friday night, I think at Hard Rock Live.
Okay.
And then he had done a show in Ponte Vedra Beach or something Saturday night, and then he got back to that hotel Saturday night, and I guess passed between that time and like Sunday when they found him. But
wow, man.
Yeah, dude, it's weird, man, because like you said, he was hysterical. I wouldn't have guessed, because my first sort of exposure to him was Full House. Dude, I don't think someone like him would work today, because he was a dirty comic before Full House. Right. The fact that he got the opportunity on Full House is like, are you sure about like? I mean, it just shows his talent, right? Like the range that you could pull off Danny Tanner and be Bob Saget. But like today, I don't think we would give someone that pass. Because I don't think we would buy into it. You know, like because we have so much access today to him, like we would have known that he told dirty jokes. Back then
we didn't
unless
know.
he had like an HBO special or something like that, the only time you saw him would have been at a local club. The world doesn't know that it's Bob Saget, the dirty comedian. They just know like, oh, that some dude who got cast to play Danny Tanner. Like, but today I feel like if you tried to take like, man, who's a dirty comic now, man? Like, I don't know, Andrew Dice Clay, even like he could never transition into doing like the nice guy stuff because you just know him as Dice. Like, I don't know that you could pull it off.
Like Jesselnick.
If Jesselnick tried to be like a rom com,
dad.
you wouldn't buy it. You'd be like, nah, bro, that's not Jesselnick. Like we wouldn't forgive like the inauthenticity, if that's even a word, of that. But back then you sort of could because people didn't have access to Bob Saget the way they do now.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it's a shame, dude. Young, unexpected.
Yeah, man. Was he 64?
I think 64, 65. He was in mid 60s.
That's
man.
young now.
It's young. Yeah, he said it's young now. He looked healthy. He's, had like videos or something the night. Man, and he had a cool sort of post, I think on IG or something the night before about just feeling like he was like falling in love all over again with comedy and doing sets and was like in a good space in life. But again, the fact that you even have to say that it just tells you sort of like the dark place that he comes from.
Yep.
So yeah, man, I don't want to speculate on, but I'm never shocked by comedians, man. So many of them, like, shit happens to. I mean, you go to the Chris Farleys, to the Mitch Hedbergs, Mitch Hedberg was so ahead of his time, man. And then just had demons, man. OD'd. Just so many of them, man, that you see that just end up. They said Robin Williams, who no one would have expected, one of the funniest people in the world, man. And he would have like dark quotes where he'd just be like, I just want to make other people laugh because he didn't want them to feel how he felt or shit like that. Like, it's just like, man, like that's
crazy, man.
That's crazy, dude. So hopefully I'm hoping with Bob Saget there isn't anything like that. It's just hard not to sort of go that way when something like unexpected like that happens, or you're just like, fuck, man. So part of me is like, man, I don't hope it's a heart attack, but it's like, hopefully it was just something like a heart attack or maybe some medical condition that he didn't know he had. Yeah. But history tells us like, probably not going to be something like that, man. It's going to be something.
Yeah, man. May rest in peace, man. A lot of people laugh over the years, whether it was through stand-up comedy or through his, many shows that he was on.
Yeah. America's Funniest Home Videos like must watch on Friday nights, man. That he owned Friday nights for a long time between Full House and America's Funniest Home Videos, man. That guy was like must watch in my childhood, man. He was our TV dad, like him and Uncle Phil, yo. So.
And he's dead too, right?
Yeah, man. We losing all the TV dads, bro.
and then we lost Betty White.
Yeah, fucking everybody's leaving, bro. This is bullshit. I hate when this shit happens because it just reminds you your turn in line is getting closer. You know what I'm saying? You're like,
no, but you know what? It's also a good reminder to like tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah.
Right, and to just. Man, try to live in the moment and make the most of your day and actually wake up in the morning and make a decision that you're gonna be, whether you're gonna help somebody or you're gonna have a good day or you're gonna give it your all or you're gonna accomplish this thing or whatever the hell it is that makes you happy.
Yeah, dude, the older I get and shit like this happens, right? Whether it's celebrities or people that I know or heard of or whatever, like I can't help but to think of myself at like a deli counter and I pick the number and the line's getting shorter. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost my turn kind of thing, and I'm
right.
I'm like, fuck, I don't want my number to get called. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but
I like it in public.
Yeah, like I'll stay here. It's nice here.
It's not that bad.
Temperature controlled. Oh man.
All right, man. How we doing on time, bro?
Cool, man. We out with 23 in, bro. It's one of the longest we've done in a minute, man.
All right, man. Well, tell them where they can find us.
All right, man. If you guys aren't following us already, at the Carbon Football Podcast on IG, on Facebook, on YouTube, at Carbon Football Podcast on TikTok. For our streams, go check us out on Spotify, Podchaser, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Geo7, Ghana, Pocket Casts, anywhere else, and just literally everything, man. Just go look for it.
Every week. I watch you rattle through all of those.
I should write it down, right? Like, it's not hard to just get the list and have it.
No, it's actually amazing that you actually remember all that shit. If it was me, I'd be like, Apple Podcasts,
Just Google it.
We everywhere, y'all.
I mean, you could definitely Google it, yo, or just tell your Alexa to play it. She knows what to do.
There's another one.
She'll stick a penny in and then play our podcast.
As always, thank you for listening, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Peace.